All right, here I am. Look what I got for free. One of our mechanics either got let go or he quit or something, but he left it out by the dumpster. Hell, I'm stoked. I love it. The top still opens up. I just got to redo either straps or some bars in there so that it'll open up the correct way. And this drawer still works perfect. It's just missing the drawer, and it's got that, but shit. I'm going to clean it up a little bit, and then that'll be... I can actually take a lot of the tools out of here that I use more frequently and put them on this to wheel around, and then I can use that for storage, and I can move that if need be. But anyway, as you can see, the shop is a little bit different. I got the mini truck out of here. It's actually sitting right out there. The reason it's going to sit out there is because I've got stuff I need to do. This needs an oil change and a tune-up. My brother-in-law is going to be buying it, and it will be going to him so that he can use it around everywhere he needs to be using it for. I'm currently going to build a 3-foot tall platform that I can bring all of the smaller vehicles up on for servicing, and then eventually I'll put some wheels underneath it so that it can be carted around, and that way I don't have to have it in one spot. I'll be able to move it out of the way, but I'll also be able to use it as somewhat of a table to be able to put stuff on top of and use it as such. I'll be able to put the regular lawnmower on top of there, the zero-turn lawnmower on top of there. All that will be able to be used. I'm going to leave a 2-foot gap in the center, so I'll be almost like a pit. That way I can get underneath it, because it's going to be 3 foot high. So I'll be able to wheel myself underneath there and work on stuff underneath all of this. But anyway, that's what I'm doing today. My daughter's inside. She's getting a packet done for having so many, what we call snow days, ice days, cold days, whatever it was. She's got to do her packets and get those caught up. So she's inside doing that. I'm going to make it 6 foot by 4 foot wide. And then I'm going to leave a 2-foot gap in the center. That way it'll have a spot to be able to bring the wheels up onto, and then a 2-foot gap in the center just to be able to put stuff underneath it. And so I made 3-foot risers, legs. These are actually 6 foot long, so it's going to be 6 foot, 3 inches? 6'3" long, because these will be on the end caps, and then these will be in between. What I'm going to do is there'll be 2 outside runners, and then there'll be 2 inside runners, and then 2 foot between those. And then I'm going to put a 2x4s on top of those, which, remember, I have a whole crap load of those off of some of the loads that I got, and they're only, I think they're like 3 foot, so I'll be cutting them to 2 foot, cutting a bunch of those down to 2 foot. Maybe I'll make a jig or something so I can just stick them on there and cut them, stick them on there and cut them. Yeah, so yeah, there's the Neon. It's still running great. Mini truck is not running, but it's still great. That's the nice thing about a mini truck, is it can sit and sit and sit, and it's still great. I was going to burn today, but they're saying it's going to rain, so I don't know. They might hold off enough, but I'm going to have all this wood that I'll need to throw in there and burn so I can get rid of it. I got all my blocks. I've got a lot of stuff to do around here, and that's really what I'm going to be doing. Somebody wanted me to do vlogs. I've had a lot of guys, well, not a lot of guys, a few guys have asked me to do a vlog to see what's going on and what the update is on everything around here. I just haven't had time to do anything but basically dad stuff. I mean, I'm helping to keep up with everything inside the house and keeping it clean and doing laundry and dishes and all that kind of stuff. Broke down over this last week. I got stuck for like 3 days, 3 or 4, almost 4 days up in, right outside of Des Moines, Iowa. The truck had to be fixed, had DEF fuel problems. They said that it was frozen because it was like -4 with a -25 wind chill factor. So that was pretty crazy. My boss took care of me. He always does. I got my layover paid, plus the hotel was paid, and went and saw 2 movies. Star Wars was awesome, and Jumanji was awesome. Those are the 2 movies I went and saw. Love funny movies. So anyway, let's get back to this. I'm going to start sticking this together. I think I've been talking for, wow, almost 5 minutes. All right, there it is. Like I said, I've got a 6 foot here and on the inside, and on the inside of on the left, and then one on the outside. 4 foot, 4 foot, and then I cut a bunch of 2x6s, and everything is screwed in. Actually, I used 6 screws on each corner, 4 screws on the side here, 6, and then I put 3 for each one going down the center, 3 on each side. 6 down there, 6 in there, same on the other side, and then 4 on the side and side going into the 4x4. And then the top I just nailed. I put 2 nails, 4 nails for each 2x6. They're 1 foot wide to go all the way across. And then the way I measured it out is this is actually, what is it, 5 foot, right at 5 foot. So this is 6 foot. So that leaves me 6 inches on either side. So the most of the weight will be on each leg. Now what I have it on a creeper and a furniture dolly. And that's so that I can actually just grab it and it'll move around really easy. So I can put it in place wherever I want, lift up the one side and kick that out from underneath it. And same thing with this one. I have another furniture dolly somewhere, but I can't find it. So I decided to use a creeper. So like I said, this is basically 6'3", including the end caps, but it's 6 foot on the pad all the way across. And then you've got almost 2 foot wide because I went to center on each side. And so it's actually just under 2 foot. It's what is it? 1 foot 10 and a half, 1 foot 11, something like that between there. So that gives you enough room to stick your head up between there to be able to get an elevated drip pan to be able to do your oil. If you want to, you can actually put a plate across here with a pan on it for when you get underneath there. This will be able to hold that. It'll be able to hold the lawnmower. It won't be able to hold this because I only have a 1.5 foot clearance from there to the bottom of the rafter, so it won't fit on that. This one is only going to have a 1.5 foot clearance. I think, no, it'll have, 1.5 to 2 foot clearance from there. The golf cart is the one that would actually probably hit if it tried to get up on top of there. So the golf cart's the only thing I'm going to have to put up on stands to be able to work underneath it if I wanted to. But as for these, I'll be able to pull them up there. That's still something that I'm trying to figure out right now, is how am I going to get them up there? I can winch them up there. I can pull them up there. I could possibly drive them up there. I have yet to see. I've got my 6 foot ramps. Where are they? Right here. I've got my 6 foot ramps, and I can put those on there, and then I can possibly drive them up there. It depends on the incline and all that kind of stuff. So we'll see how that goes. I'll let you guys know how I ended up getting one up there. I'm going to try to do that right now. So that's the dimensions on that, and there it is. So I'm happy with that, and I'll be able to actually start doing some type of working on all of these without having to lay down on the ground. And I could actually sit on a creeper underneath this in the middle if I needed to work on that. If I put a board going across, I can put it up on jack stands to be able to get the wheels off. I mean, there is unlimited possibilities with this. As I go, I can add stuff onto this and see how it goes. So go out and make yourself a work elevated ramp, basically having a pit for your off-road vehicles and all that kind of stuff. Now, depending on what kind of garage you have, you may want to make this shorter, maybe only 1 foot tall, 2 foot tall, depending on what your needs are and how much clearance you have above, that you don't end up running your four-wheelers and whatnot into your lights and your roof. So that's this weekend's project. Like I said, I've got a lot of home stuff that I'm doing. So please thumbs up for Ingenuity. My daughter's still inside doing her Snow Packet. Other than that, yeah, rate, comment, give me some thumbs up, and we'll see you guys on the next video.